So you're a big analytical guy. I know we mentioned this before, but I see your tweets all the time, and they're great. So how do you incorporate, or how did you, first of all, how did you learn about analytics? What kind of got you into all that, the
Y-
sabermetrics and analytics and numbers and data?
Yeah,
How did that come about?
it was a process. I mean, really looking at it, probably about 5 years ago, I was still looking at places, like MLB.com for stats and such like that.
Ooh,
Like 5 years ago. I mean, that's how much this game's grown, though, too, which is crazy. But yeah, it's one of those things where it's kind of been a slow process, and that's kind of how baseball has grown too. When you look at it, at first we had some stuff like we had exit velocity and we had velocity up there, and not too many guys. Well, and I guess we kind of had spin rate, but not too many people knew a lot about that stuff. And over those, I guess, 5 years or so now, it's really kind of, that's been the front burner. If you want to get a job in baseball, or if you want to be, I guess, in a sense, I don't want to put this like as a popularity thing. If you want to be well known in the baseball community, you need to know that stuff. And I think that's something that, I guess I had to learn to really get to this level of where I'm at. I don't even know what level I'm at. I guess, I don't know. I'm not at too big of a level. I'm not famous by any means, but
am I talking to Bill James?
oh my goodness. Oh, Bill James, the goat. Yeah, it's been a learning process the entire way. It's a new stat will come out and you got to go read up on that, or you know when it comes to pitching, the analytics behind that and the advanced Rap Soto, everything builds off of one another. You can't look at spin rate without spin efficiency, or you know your velocity, or anything like that. So, or it's everything builds off one another. So in a sense, I kind of look at it like a math class. How you get there week one, and you have to learn that, or else your chapter two doesn't make sense. And if you don't get chapter one and two, chapter three doesn't make sense. So you got to start somewhere. You got to start with the lower stuff, that a little bit. But once you get going, I mean, there's so much to do in that. There's so much to learn. I think that's why I was in school so long, is because of how much I like to learn. So I don't know. It's just so much fun, this analytical stuff, and it's just kind of the new way that baseball's gone. And using RBIs now is so old school. Like, who uses RBIs?
Yeah.
Steve, you use RBIs, right?
Nah, I don't know if anybody really uses them that really wants to evaluate a player seriously. Um,
I better not see you use RBIs, Steven.
no, I won't use RBIs.
All
Nope, 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 nope. Even some broadcasts are evolving into not like broadcast team broadcasts. Like Vince Scully was even using OPS towards the end. And scoreboards. I know you look at the scoreboards; they used to have RBIs and batting average and all that, and now you're starting to see maybe not weighted runs created plus, but you're starting to see some more advanced metrics on there too. So, do you use any of them? You talk about spin rate and all that. Do you use any of them when you're teaching some of your pitchers?
Yeah, we have a Rap Soto, which I don't know if very many people know what that is, but it's just a camera that picks up everything that, spin, the way it spins, your spin efficiency. I could talk about this for hours. But yeah, we have one of those at my school, and that's kind of my main focus, is to learn our pitchers from that. And I love to get reports on every single one of their bullpens and give it to them and tell them what they did good, what they might need to work on, yeah, that's a huge part of it. And one thing that I really didn't know, until my coaching staff told me this, but our team, our lineups are based around slugging percentage. And in our league, I guess, we have, if a team has a really good slugging percentage, I mean, this makes total sense now, but if your team has a really good slugging percentage, you're more likely to win our division. And the leader of whatever team led in slugging percentage that year went on to win our division. So that's kind of what our lineups are based around. So I guess in a sense that's analytical. When it comes to shifting and such like that, I wish we did a little bit more of it on my team, but I'm not the one who's in charge with that. I do the pitching. So if I see something, I'll be like, hey, you want to move him over a little bit? This guy's pulling it. But yeah, I would love to see our team shift a little bit more. And funny story, our first year, we didn't bunt at all, and we didn't steal bases at all. We didn't do very well. Second year, we bunted a lot, and we stole bases a lot, and we did really well. So finding that middleman of analytics and just old school coaching is a huge thing as well. So I'm not going to completely preach analytics. I'm not going to be like, all right, we need to be on a computer while we're playing and give you guys all this stuff on what we need to do, percentages. But I do think that analytics definitely has a place in baseball and we see it, but I think the old school baseball thought does too.
Yeah, absolutely. I think there needs to be a good mix. Because I've read, I have Keith Law's Smart Baseball and Ben Lindbergh and Travis Sawchik's what is it called, MVP Machine, and Brian Kenny's book, and there's a lot of good stuff in there if people want to kind of get a head start on sabermetrics. Because honestly, down the road, it's just going to keep evolving, and I would recommend, and I'm sure Jared does too, to read up on that if you want to continue to grow as a baseball fan. Because I think the time where uh, the time to be open mind is right now. Because we're looking at all these older fans and maybe some casual fans too, who just dismiss it right off the bat, and no pun intended. But I don't know. I just think that analytics need to be understood, even if they don't necessarily want to be. You have to have an open mind about them. So that's some good stuff right there.